Some dolphins are born with legs, not just bumps, real bones, knees, toes, femurs. And some human babies are born with tails, 6 inches long, covered in skin, capable of movement. These aren't fairy tales. They're documented, filmed. So what's happening here? Why does nature still build parts we no longer need? What is the womb trying to remember? Long before science believed it, Aboriginal myths said dolphins once walked the land, and across centuries, across oceans, sailors told stories of dolphins saving drowning men, pulling them from storms, guiding them to shore, like they remembered us, like they knew. So what are we looking at here? A glitch in evolution or a message buried in our DNA? The truth lies deeper than science admits, and today, we're diving into it. This is the Tesla Minds. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Ghost Limbs. At 6 weeks, the dolphin embryo has legs. Not flippers, not fins. Legs. Tiny bones begin to stretch beneath the skin. Femur, tibia, fibula. The same bones you have. There are knees, toes, even the shadow of a pelvis. Hip joints that will never bear weight. Ankle bones that will never touch sand. It's not imagination, it's real, documented, filmed. Scientists have watched this happen thousands of times. Frame by frame, the legs appear, complete with muscles, tendons, nerve endings. For 3 weeks, the dolphin has human anatomy, the same blueprint we follow, the same skeletal structure that makes us walk. And then, just as suddenly as they arrive, they vanish. The calcium dissolves back into the bloodstream. Cells stop dividing, stop growing. The leg bones melt away like ice in warm water. The ocean doesn't need knees, so nature takes them back, recycles every atom, every molecule. But sometimes it forgets. Some dolphins are born with leg nubs still attached, bone, muscle, tissue, leftovers. Perfect tiny femurs jutting from their sides, evidence of what they almost became. Marine biologists have documented over 40 cases. Dolphins swimming with these ghost limbs, phantom legs that never learn to disappear, like the sea missed a step or left evidence behind. Chapter 2. The Hidden Blueprint. We think of animals as different, but inside, the code isn't so far apart. Your DNA and a dolphin's DNA, 94% identical. There's a hidden map, a shared one, a genetic memory written in sequences of A, T, C, and G, 4 letters that spell out every living thing. Scientists call them Hox genes, master control switches, the architects of anatomy. But names don't matter here. What matters is this: they build bodies, all bodies, from flies to whales to us. The same genes that give you fingers try to give dolphins hands. These genes don't know they're building a dolphin. They don't read species labels. They just follow instructions. Ancient instructions, older than continents. Gene Hox D13 builds your pinky finger. The exact same gene tries to build a dolphin's 5th digit. For 21 days, it succeeds, creates perfect finger bones in a flipper. And for a brief moment, they build something human. A dolphin with hands that could grip, fingers that could point, arms that could embrace, until they're told not to, until other genes override the command. It's like watching a blueprint change its mind mid-construction. Chapter 3. Tails and Ghosts. Every human embryo grows a tail. Every single one. 35 vertebrae extending beyond your spine. A real tail with muscles and nerves. Some babies are even born with them. Soft, harmless, real, covered in skin and hair. Doctors call them vestigial tails, echoes of what we used to be. Medical journals document hundreds of cases. Babies born with 6-inch tails that wiggle and move before surgeons remove them. And dolphins, they lose their legs but keep their tail, twist it into something powerful, reshape 30 vertebrae into a propulsion system, the most efficient swimming mechanism on Earth. Your tail shrinks into your coccyx, 4 fused vertebrae at the base of your spine. The last quiet note of something ancient, a fossil inside your own body. We traded water for air. They did the opposite. But the echo is still there, in every human tailbone, in every dolphin's vanished legs. Two paths, one beginning. Two species that remember each other in the architecture of their bones. Chapter 4. Myths that got it right. Ancient cultures believed dolphins were sacred, messengers, spirits, the souls of drowned sailors, shapeshifters who could become human. The Aboriginal Australians told stories of dolphin people who walked on land, then returned to the sea, taking human knowledge with them. They weren't wrong, not completely. They saw something in the dolphin's eye, something familiar, the same intelligence that looks back from mirrors, the same curiosity that drives exploration. Maybe it was the way they saved people, dolphins pushing drowning sailors to shore, stories documented across every ocean in every coastal culture, or the way they smiled like us, the only animal besides primates with facial expressions we recognize. Joy, sorrow, playfulness, written in features we understand. Or maybe it was something deeper, a memory buried in both species, a shared ancestor that lived 90 million years ago, before the Great Split, before land and sea claimed different children. The Greeks told stories of dolphins carrying lost men to shore, Poseidon's messengers bridging two worlds. Pacific tribes believed they were once human, transformed by ocean gods but retaining human souls. Science rolled its eyes, called it mythology, superstition. But now, in the embryo, it sees the same thing, the same story written in developing tissue. A connection, deeper than myth, older than memory. Chapter 5. The ocean took them back. Once, 50 million years ago, dolphin ancestors walked the earth. Real legs, real feet, hooves even. Four-toed ungulates the size of wolves. Pachycetus, Ambulocetus, Rhodocetus, names that chronicle a journey. They lived on land, breathed air, ran under the sun, hunted in forests that no longer exist, left footprints in mud now turned to stone. But something called them back. The water, the silence, rich feeding grounds in shallow seas, fish abundant and easy to catch, and slowly their bodies changed, generation by generation. Legs turned to flippers over millions of years. Nostrils moved upward, becoming blowholes. Ears vanished into their skulls, external ears unnecessary underwater. Their pelvis shrank to nothing, hip bones reduced to floating fragments, useless in water, but still there, still attached to phantom leg muscles that fire nerve signals to limbs that don't exist. Front legs became pectoral fins, but kept every bone, humerus, radius, ulna, the same arm bones you use to type, compressed and flattened, but identical. But in the womb, none of that matters. Evolution fast forwards in reverse. 50 million years of adaptation undone in 3 weeks of development. In the womb, they still walk, still remember the forest floor, still grow the legs they gave up for 49 days before birth. Chapter 6. Maybe it was never a mistake. We like to call it a mistake. The legs, the knees, evolutionary confusion, DNA that hasn't gotten the memo. But maybe it isn't. Maybe mistakes don't last 50 million years. Maybe every dolphin is born remembering, because forgetting isn't in their DNA. Maybe it's a message, written in the language of bone, whispered through blood, a biological love letter between species. Maybe it's not that dolphins almost became human. Maybe humans almost became dolphin. Maybe, at some cellular level, we're still making that choice. In laboratories, scientists have found human embryos that try to grow gills, throat pouches that almost become breathing slits like sharks before sealing shut at 8 weeks. Your hands are webbed in the womb, perfect swimming membranes between your fingers, until cell death carves them away, creates the spaces that let you grasp. Maybe we still could. Choose the water, choose the silence. If we listened to the right genes, activated the right sequences, if we remembered what our cells still know, that the ocean isn't foreign, it's home we left behind, because somewhere deep inside, we still carry the ocean. 70% water, salt in our blood matching ancient seas, tears that taste like the womb, like the ocean we came from. And in the darkness of the womb, it almost calls us back, almost convinces us to grow gills instead of lungs, flippers instead of hands, almost reminds us that walking was the experiment and swimming was always the plan. Dolphins almost became human, or maybe we almost became them. Maybe we never truly left the ocean. Not in our blood, not in our bones. But lately, the sea is acting strange. Its oldest creatures, ones we were never meant to see, are rising. Giant squid longer than buses. Fish with skulls made of glass, ancient predators built for a world darker than ours. They're not just surfacing, they're fleeing. They've ruled the depths for millions of years. But now, they're leaving. So the only question left is, what could terrify creatures with no eyes, no bones, just teeth and instinct? What even on this earth could unnerve a monster that survived every extinction? In this video, we dive deeper into the mystery. So if you're ready to see what the ocean might be hiding, click the video, hit like, share it with someone who still thinks the sea is safe, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories the deep doesn't want told.